Joyful day, everyone. It's been a while since I posted my last video, and I'm so glad there are 12 subscribers. Anyway, my topic for today is on how financial literacy helped me to retire early. So, because I wanted so desperately to get out of the 9 to 5, because I was, you know, as I told you in my previous video, I was not feeling so good already in the 9 to 5. I was feeling so uneasy. Um, it's like that I don't align with it anymore. I get sick. I got sick a lot. Five doctors. They cannot find what I was feeling. They don't know what is that. And then I found out it was anxiety. So I will be taking up about anxiety on a separate video. But for now, I'll be taking up with you how my knowledge of financial literacy helped me to get out of the 9 to 5. Um, it's so my finances were not that good. I mean, I was wishing if I had a million, I would retire. But a million here will last you only maybe a year or two. And I was so far away from retirement. Retirement age is 60. When I had anxiety, I was 47. So I was so afraid. I was so afraid to get out. And this might resonate with someone who wants to get out but can't get out yet. So what did I do? Number one, I studied financial literacy, especially, let me look at my notes here. Okay, on paying all your debts. So I had debts. I even had, I don't think, I think I had my loan, car loan, and housing loan at that time. And so the very first thing that I searched and I studied is how to pay your debts. So this is a short uh, kind of summary for it. Like, you pay your debts like this, okay? From the highest interest to the lowest. So you rank your debts that way. So pay first the highest because it's bleeding you money. So, or you can, another option is, um, which debt has, or you're almost finished paying with, which one are you almost done paying for? Okay, so that's it. um so those are the two ways to pay your debts. Okay, and then I started, when I was able to finally rank all my debts, I started paying and paying and paying. I also started a little bit on the side, a little bit of savings. So that's it. And then I had studied good debt and bad debt. If you know Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's there. Good debt, good debt earns more interest than what your debt is incurring from the bank. So that's a good debt. A bad debt is you use debt just to travel, to buy things that, go down in value. Okay, so another one is, I've learned about assets versus liabilities. Okay, so assets puts money in your pocket, liabilities takes money away from your pocket. So that's the very simple definition of assets and liabilities. So if you keep buying clothes, it doesn't increase in value over time. So it's a deteriorating thing. Asset, like a car. A car, when it goes out of the dealership, it already loses some of its value. So a car only becomes an asset if you use it to make your transactions faster or you have it rented. So if it puts money in your pocket, it becomes an asset. So it takes away money from your pocket, it becomes your liability. So the next one is I studied leverage. This is the very good thing that ever happened to me. I used leverage. So leverage, you can leverage money. If you have money, you can leverage debt. Because having debt, a good debt, can also provide you with more money. So you can leverage debt or your own money or your savings, or you can leverage your friends. So what I did, I leveraged debt. I was so afraid to have so many debts already. But if the debt is giving me money more than the interest that it incurs in the bank, so I use that. So it's using other people's money because the money in the bank is not the bank's money. It's money from the depositor. So you just borrow it and then return it after using it and having more interest that comes your way and that you could use. Okay, so you can also leverage friends. I had a friend that I connected with after a very long time, like about 20 years we haven't seen each other, but we were really close. So we had lunch at that time, and I was asking, he's a businessman. I was asking, where should I put my money? How can I make my money grow? It was because I really wanted to get out of the 9 to 5. So he said, would you like to put your money on my business? I was thinking, and then I counted my age. Oh, yeah, I can still work. Even if this money gets lost for some reason, I can still get it back. So I gambled. I invested in his then only one business. Now his business have gone up to 8 businesses. So I had a really good luck with that. So my money exponentially, grew. Okay, so I leveraged my friendship. So when I learned about leverage, oh yeah, I can have my other friends do this for me. So my other friend was a disbursing officer. So she's very good with numbers. And she's very good with listing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna leverage her talent and use this for this. And then the income in that, I will also leverage other people to do the same thing that she's doing, and so on and so forth. So imagine having several income streams. So another one is the multiple income streams. You don't depend on just one income. So my strategy was to have several income coming in every month. So it's like a faucet that's giving you money. So I had to study also, of course, passive income, active income. So I was in an active job. So an active income is like you exchange your time for money. A passive income is you make your money work for you, or you give very minimal amount of time so that you will be able to earn extra. Okay, so I use that also. And then there's, I did not use this, guys, but I will tell you about it. It's arbitrage. I think arbitrage is, selling other people's products, so you don't have to sell. It's like consignment, as we call it here. So you can just sell other people's products also if you don't have a product of your own, or if you don't have a business of your own or money of your own to become your capital. Okay, so another one is, of course, I research on side hustles. But I was so drained already. I was not able to do this anymore. But there are side hustles that might resonate with you, or you might identify with, that you have the skill in that and you enjoy doing that. So for example, um, you like baking, but you have your 9 to 5 job. You can do it your on Saturdays and Sundays or after your job, or you can do online work. So there are so many things. So if you Google or you chat GPT side hustles, it will all come, and you might relate with something that you can use. And then we have, yeah, we had multiple income streams already. And then you know what else I did? Um, I read books. I googled. I watched maybe hundreds of videos on YouTube. So that was how I was able to increase my money. I until now I still study financial literacy. So good thing I had debts before, but I have a little bit of savings, not even 100,000, and then it grew now. I have my own house now, my new house. Of course, I paid my car, I paid my other house, which I sold just recently. So I was able to retire early. I am so grateful to God because I was able to retire early. And for this last year, I have been in hermit stage. I hardly got out of the house unless I have bank transactions or really important things. I just really took care of myself. You know, working for 30 years was like too taxing for my body, like my body, soul, and my mind. It was like too much already. So guys, if you have more questions on how to get out of the 9 to 5, if I can answer them, that would be so nice. I am open to questions. If you want to ask me questions, just write them in the comment section. God bless everyone and have a good day.